Hey there, deep divers. Get this. A recent study in the British Medical Journal found that folks who can't stand on one leg for 10 seconds
Wow.
are twice as likely to pass
Yeah.
away within the next decade.
Oh, wow.
That's a pretty stark wake-up call, wouldn't you say? We all
Mhm.
know balance gets trickier as we age, but this research suggests it's a vital sign for everyone, no matter your age.
Right.
So today we're taking a deep dive into balance, what it is, why it matters, and how you can boost yours.
Awesome.
We've got expert advice from Men's Health, some great YouTube videos from Jessica Valant and Rehab Science, and even insights from the Mayo Clinic.
What's really fascinating about this study is that it highlights how balance is a powerful indicator of overall health and vitality.
Hmm.
It's not just about preventing falls.
Right.
It's about maintaining that essential connection between your body and your brain.
So it's not just about being able to stand on one leg like a flamingo. There's more to it than meets the eye.
Absolutely. Balance is a surprisingly complex system that involves the intricate interplay of your brain,
Wow.
muscles, joints, vision, and even your inner ear.
Huh.
They all work together to create a sort of internal map of your body in space,
Okay.
allowing you to stay upright and move with ease.
Okay, so it's like a constant feedback loop, right?
Yeah.
My body's making tiny adjustments all the time to keep me balanced, even when I'm not consciously thinking about it?
Precisely.
Yeah.
And this is where strength training comes into play.
Uh,
You might think balance is all about core strength,
right.
but it actually relies on a network of muscles throughout your entire body.
So those wobbly balance boards I see at the gym aren't the be-all and end-all of balance training?
Not necessarily.
Right.
While they can be helpful for certain things,
Right.
research suggests that this type of isolated balance training doesn't always translate well to real-life situations.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like practicing your golf swing indoors.
Okay.
It might help with technique, but it won't prepare you for all the variables of the actual golf course.
Okay, so what kind of exercises should we be doing to improve our balance? I'm ready to ditch the wobble board and get to the good stuff.
Well, the Men's Health article we have here lays out a pretty comprehensive plan with exercises targeting all those key muscle groups.
Great.
For example, they recommend the box step up with a knee drive.
That sounds pretty straightforward.
It is, and it's great for improving lower body strength and hip stability,
Okay.
both of which are essential for maintaining good balance.
Yeah.
You're basically stepping up onto a box or bench and then driving your opposite knee up towards your chest. This engages your quads, glutes, and hip flexors, while also challenging your stability as you balance on one leg.
Got it. So it's working on strength and balance at the same
Yeah.
time. What about the single leg Romanian deadlift?
Right.
That sounds a bit more intimidating.
It might sound complex, but it's a fantastic exercise for strengthening your posterior chain, those hamstrings, glutes, and back muscles,
Okay.
while also improving your balance and proprioception.
Proprio what now?
Proprioception.
Okay.
It's basically your body's awareness of where it is in space.
Got it.
Think of it like your internal GPS system for movement.
Okay, that makes sense. So the better my proprioception, the better my balance.
Exactly.
How does the single leg Romanian deadlift help with that?
As you hinge forward on one leg,
Okay.
your brain and muscles are constantly working together to maintain your balance and prevent you from tipping over.
Right.
It's a great way to challenge your body's ability to sense its position and make those tiny adjustments we were talking about earlier.
Cool. And I remember seeing that Men's Health recommended doing it with a kickstand position if the single leg version is too tough.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right level of challenge for your body and progressing gradually.
Right.
Speaking of finding the right level,
Yeah.
they also recommend lateral lunges,
Okay.
which are a fantastic way to improve stability and coordination for side-to-side movements.
So I'm thinking dodging that runaway shopping cart or gracefully sidestepping a puddle.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Exactly. It's about building the strength and stability you need to handle those unexpected movements in everyday life.
Right.
The around-the-clock exercise they mention is another great option for enhancing ankle stability and range of motion,
Okay.
which are super important for preventing falls.
Wait, around the clock? That sounds more like a dance move than an exercise.
It does sound a bit whimsical, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's quite effective.
Okay.
You basically balance on one foot and then tap your other foot in different directions,
Right.
as if you were tracing the numbers on a clock face.
So it's like testing my balance in all directions.
Precisely. And it can also challenge your visual balance.
Oh, okay.
Because you can try focusing on a fixed point in front of you or even closing your eyes once you get more comfortable.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What's next on this balance-boosting workout plan?
Well, let's not forget about the core.
Right.
The Men's Health article suggests a plank variation called the plank with shoulder taps.
Ah, the plank. The classic core strengthener. But what makes this version special?
Adding those shoulder taps takes the traditional plank to a whole new level.
Okay.
Not only are you working on core stability,
Uh-uh.
but you're also adding an element of balance and coordination as you need to keep your hips level while tapping opposite shoulders.
Right.
It's a great way to strengthen your anti-rotation stability in the hips.
Anti-rotation stability. Fill me in. What's that?
It's basically your body's ability to resist twisting forces.
Okay.
Think about carrying heavy grocery bags or swinging a baseball bat.
Right.
Those movements all involve anti-rotation stability in your hips.
So a strong core isn't just about having six-pack abs. It's about having a solid foundation for all sorts of movements.
Exactly. And speaking of resisting forces, the cable single arm row is another excellent exercise for building core stability and back strength while also challenging your balance.
What makes this one different from a regular row?
With the cable single arm row, you're not only pulling the weight towards you,
Right.
but you're also resisting the pull of the cable, which engages those stabilizing muscles in your core and back even more.
Got it.
And you can really amp up the balance challenge by doing them with a bit more pace, controlled but quick movements.
I like it. So we've got exercises for our lower body, our core, and our back.
Right.
What about leg day?
For building strength and stability in the quads and glutes.
Okay.
The Men's Health article recommends single leg squats to a chair. These can be pretty challenging.
Yeah.
So they suggest starting by just tapping the chair with your backside or even sitting down fully before standing back up.
I've seen those single leg squats. They look tough.
They are. They require a lot of strength and balance,
Yeah.
but they're incredibly effective.
Okay.
And once you've mastered those, you can move on to bodyweight squat jumps,
Right.
which are great for developing explosive power and those quick reactions that can help you recover from a stumble.
So I'm building strength, balance, preventing falls. Sign me up. What's next?
For upper body power and stability,
Okay.
we have plyometric push-ups. These are like regular push-ups, but with an explosive element
Got it.
where your hands might even leave the floor.
Wow.
You don't have to be a superhero to do them.
Right.
You can start by focusing on pushing up forcefully. And who knows, you might surprise yourself with a little airtime.
Okay, now we're getting fancy. So we've covered a lot of specific exercises, but what about balance in everyday life? Is there anything we can do outside the gym?
Absolutely. Incorporating balance challenges into your daily routine is a great way to improve your stability without even realizing you're working out.
I'm all ears. Give me some examples.
Think about simple things like standing on one leg while you brush your teeth,
Okay.
standing up from a chair without using your hands, or
Right.
even walking heel to toe for a short distance.
Wow, I never thought of it that way. So I can actually work on my balance while doing everyday chores.
Exactly. And those small changes can add up to big improvements over time.
This is great stuff. I feel like I'm already learning so much about how to improve my balance.
And we've only just scratched the surface. We still need to delve into those YouTube channels you mentioned and those Mayo Clinic insights.
Sounds good to me. Let's keep this balance party rolling. We'll be back after a quick break with more exercises and expert tips to help you level up your stability game. Welcome back, balance enthusiasts. We've unpacked a bunch of targeted exercises for Men's Health.
Right.
But what about some moves to help you recover from an injury or just level up that single leg stability?
That's where our YouTube experts come in.
Okay.
Both Rehab Science and Jessica Valant have some great demonstrations for us to explore.
Let's start with Rehab Science. They've got a few that caught my eye, like this one called the banded standing hip abduction.
Right.
What's the deal with that one?
This exercise is all about strengthening your hip abductors,
Okay.
those muscles that help stabilize your pelvis and prevent your knees from collapsing inward when you're standing on one leg.
Uh-huh.
You simply put a resistance band around your legs,
Okay.
just above your knees, and then step out to the side, working against the band's resistance.
Ah, so it's targeting those muscles that help keep my knees from doing that knock-knee thing.
Exactly. Knee valgus,
Okay.
the inward collapse of the knee, is
Wow.
often a sign of weak hip abductors.
Okay.
Strengthening those muscles can not only improve your balance, but also protect your knees from potential injuries.
That's good to know. What other gems does Rehab Science have for us?
They also recommend the lateral step down,
Okay.
which is excellent for improving single leg stability and control. You stand on a step or platform and then slowly lower yourself down with one leg
Okay.
focusing on keeping your knee aligned with your foot.
Right.
It's particularly beneficial for rehab after ankle or knee injuries because it helps build strength and stability in a controlled way.
Okay. So it's like a single leg squat,
Right,
but using a step to help with the range of motion.
precisely.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to progress to those single leg squats we talked about earlier.
Right.
Another exercise they demonstrate is the clock reach,
Okay.
which is similar to the around-the-clock exercise from Men's Health,
Right.
but with a slightly different focus.
Okay.
You stand on one leg and reach your other leg in different directions, like you're tracing the numbers on a clock face.
We talked about this one earlier, right?
Yes. But rehab science emphasizes this exercise for its benefits in rehab and injury prevention.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic for improving dynamic balance and coordination,
Right.
helping your body react quickly to changes in terrain or unexpected movement.
Okay. So it's like training my reflexes as well as my balance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And finally, rehab science demonstrates the hip-biased single-leg squat,
Okay.
which is a more advanced move for building single-leg strength and stability while targeting your glutes.
Hold on. Hip biased. What does that even mean?
Think of it like a skater squat.
Okay.
You're essentially sticking your butt back,
Right.
leaning your trunk forward,
Got it.
and maintaining control as you lower down on one leg.
Yep.
This variation puts more emphasis on your hip muscles
Yeah.
and challenges your balance in a different way than a traditional single-leg squat.
Got it. Sounds like a great way to level up my leg day routine.
Definitely a challenging one, but very effective for building strength and stability.
Right.
Now, switching gears to Jessica Valant.
Okay.
She emphasizes the importance of stretching for balance.
Okay.
She suggests a simple calf stretch where you lean against a wall or chair and gently push your heel towards the ground.
I've done those before. They feel so good. But how does a calf stretch actually help with balance?
Tight calf muscles can limit your ankle flexibility and range of motion, which can throw off your balance and make you more prone to falls.
Right.
Stretching your calves regularly can help improve your ankle mobility and, in turn, enhance your overall stability.
Makes sense. Anything else from Jessica Valant?
She also demonstrates some excellent strengthening exercises,
Okay.
like the banded standing hip abduction we discussed earlier. It's great to see these experts recommending similar exercises,
Yeah.
highlighting their effectiveness for improving balance.
Right.
And one final note from Jessica Valant.
Yeah.
She really emphasizes the importance of listening to your body and progressing gradually.
Mm-hmm.
This applies to all of the exercises we've discussed today.
So it's not about trying to do the most difficult variations right away.
Right.
It's about finding what works for your body and gradually challenging yourself over time.
Exactly.
Oh.
And if you
yeah.
feel any pain,
Okay.
stop and reassess.
Right.
It's better to err on the side of caution and avoid pushing yourself too hard too soon.
Great advice. So we've got a whole arsenal of exercises now, from basic stretches to more advanced single leg movements.
Right.
What's next on our balance journey?
We still need to touch on the insights from the Mayo Clinic,
Okay.
which focuses on the benefits of Tai Chi for improving balance and reducing fall risk.
Ah, yes, Tai Chi, the ancient art of graceful movement.
Right.
How does that tie into balance?
Tai Chi involves slow, flowing movements and deep breathing,
Okay.
which can help improve balance, coordination, and flexibility.
Right.
It's a gentle form of exercise that's been shown to be incredibly effective in preventing falls,
Yes.
especially for older adults.
I can see how those flowing movements would help with balance and coordination.
Yes.
It's like a moving meditation.
Right,
Right.
exactly. And it's a great option for people of all ages and fitness levels,
Mm-hmm.
even those who are recovering from injuries or have limited mobility.
Okay, so we've got a ton of exercises to choose from, plus the option of Tai Chi for a more mindful approach to balance training.
Right.
This is fantastic.
Remember, the key to improving your balance is to incorporate these exercises into your routine consistently.
Right.
You don't have to do them all every day.
Okay.
Just pick a few that you enjoy and that target different areas of your body.
So I could do some calf stretches while I'm brushing my teeth.
Exactly.
Maybe a few lateral lunges during commercial breaks.
Right.
And then try those single leg squats at the gym a couple of times a week.
That sounds like a great plan. And as you get more comfortable,
Yeah.
you can start incorporating those more challenging exercises, or even try closing your eyes during some of the movements to really test your balance.
Closing my eyes. Now that sounds a bit scary.
It can be, but it's a great way to challenge your proprioception and force your body to rely on its internal sense of balance rather than visual cues.
Okay, I'm willing to give it a try. So we've covered the science, the exercises, and even some everyday tips for boosting our balance.
Right.
What's the final takeaway for our listeners?
Balance is more than just a physical skill.
Right.
It's a vital sign of overall health and well-being.
Okay.
By improving our balance,
Mm.
we're not only reducing our risk of falls, but also enhancing our physical, mental, and emotional resilience.
That's a great point. So it's not just about preventing those stumbles and tumbles.
Exactly.
It's about building a stronger foundation for life.
Absolutely. And the best part is that anyone can improve their balance no matter their age or fitness level.
Right.
It just takes a little effort and consistency.
Well said. We'll be back in a jiffy to wrap up this deep dive and explore that connection between balance and overall well-being. Stay tuned. Welcome back, deep divers. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but my brain is buzzing after all those exercises.
That's the good stuff. Right.
It's pretty clear that balance is important for our physical health.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the bigger picture? How does working on our balance affect our overall well-being?
That's a fantastic question. And you're right. It goes way beyond just physical stability when you think about it.
Right.
Feeling balance is a fundamental human need.
Okay.
It impacts everything from our physical movements to our mental and emotional states.
Okay, I'm following you. So you're saying there's a deeper connection
Right.
between balance and how we feel overall.
Absolutely. Think about how you move when you feel confident and sure of yourself.
Oh.
You stand tall, you walk with a sense of purpose,
Right.
your movements are fluid and graceful.
Okay.
That's physical balance in action.
Mm-hmm.
And that sense of physical ease often translates into feeling more grounded and centered mentally and emotionally.
It's like that saying,
Yeah.
find your center. It's not just about physical posture.
Right.
It's about finding that inner balance, too.
Exactly. And just like we train our bodies for physical balance, we can also cultivate that inner sense of equilibrium through practices like mindfulness,
Okay.
meditation, or even just taking time for ourselves to de-stress and recharge.
So it's not just about standing on one leg or doing fancy exercises.
Yeah.
It's about creating a sense of harmony within ourselves.
Precisely. And as we strengthen our balance,
Okay.
both physically and mentally, we become more resilient to life's inevitable ups and downs.
Yeah.
We're less likely to get thrown off balance by stress,
Right.
challenges, or unexpected changes.
That makes a lot of sense. So improving our balance can help us navigate those tricky situations
Yeah.
with more grace and composure.
Absolutely. It's like building a stronger core,
Right.
not just in our bodies, but in our minds and spirits as well.
This is fascinating. So it's not just anecdotal.
Right.
There's actual research to back up this connection between balance and overall well-being.
There is. Studies have shown that people who engage in regular balance training not only improve their physical function, but also experience positive changes in their cognitive abilities,
Wow.
mood, and even sleep quality. It's remarkable how interconnected our bodies and minds truly are.
That's incredible. So working on our balance is like a domino effect. It sets off this chain reaction of positive changes throughout our entire being.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And it reinforces the idea that balance is not just a skill to be mastered. It's a practice, a journey of continuous self-discovery and improvement.
This deep dive has been a real eye-opener.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm walking away with a whole new perspective on what balance means and why it's so crucial for living a healthy, fulfilling life.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I hope you'll take this newfound knowledge and start incorporating some of these balance-boosting practices into your own life.
Yeah,
You might be surprised at the positive impact they have on your overall well-being.
I definitely will. So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Right.
what's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
Pay attention to your balance.
Okay.
Start by noticing how you move throughout your day.
Right.
Are you steady on your feet?
Hmm.
Do you feel grounded and centered?
Okay.
If not, start incorporating some simple exercises and mindful practices into your routine.
Right.
Even a few minutes each day can make a world of difference.
Yeah.
And most importantly, have fun with it. Exploring your balance can be a playful and rewarding experience.
That's great advice. So, dear listeners, keep exploring, keep challenging yourselves, and keep finding your balance. We'll be back next time with another deep dive into a fascinating topic. Until then, stay curious and stay balanced.